Fish that often drown know this. The freshness can be judged by the taste in the mouth. If it still can't be smelled like this, it can be cut open and savored directly. Fish meat is still delicious when stewed. Any piece you pick up is top-notch delicacy. It is best to keep an eye on it all the time when stewing. Otherwise, accidents will follow. It really hurts just by looking at it. Is there any hope when encountering this situation in the wild? The contestants are on their way to the Croatian wetlands. Try to stay here completely naked for 21 days. You should know that there are more mosquitoes than hair here. What would be so bad if one were infected with it? Not to mention that the wild boars here love to attack people. In addition, creatures are active at night. It's not strange to wake up in the hospital the next day. Nevertheless, Ali still wanted to have a try. His main job is to teach people to survive. It is very clear how difficult the challenge is. Is there no problem with relying on one's own strength? I just don't know how it is with my partner. If he is too bad, he doesn't want to move forward with a heavy burden. There might be only one reason for one's own failure in challenges. That was because I missed my daughter who had been away for 2 years too much. Every time I think of her, I feel very down. Survival challenges in the wild have a very significant impact. It's also possible to suddenly break down emotionally and go home. However, the program team still holds him in high regard. His partner Daisy is just a rock and roll housewife. Experience in wilderness survival. More often than not, I went camping with adults when I was young. The reason why she came to take part in the challenge. More because I got lost in the desert when I was young. There was nothing at that time, and I almost got sent to see my mother. In the end, I still managed to get out by willpower. She thinks it will surely work here. By the way, set a good example for the children. Daisy is not very powerful. The score was just above the passing line. Do you all think they can complete the challenge? Anyway, the two of them have already broken free and begun the challenge. It was the first time to meet a stranger in this state. It was really awkward with a hint of excitement. Just by looking at Lee's figure, it's obvious that he can go hungry. Daisy felt that the challenge should be certain. As long as I can hold on my side, that's fine. Both sides get along and communicate well. Hope the two can complete the challenge together. Interestingly, Ali brought a hand drill as a firemaking tool. I have to show off my skills here. It is recommended to use a lighter. Daisy's machete is much more normal. Add a pot, and you can start the challenge. According to the map provided by the program team. Now we're going to walk towards a river. Then find a place to build a shelter. The main food should be that fish. In order to avoid getting the skin burned by the intense sun exposure, they smeared the stinky mud on their bodies. This can also mask the smell. Avoid being targeted by carnivores. Daisy was also very happy to apply it for her partner. Good grief. Are you sure there 2 children can watch it? Try to move forward in a shady place. Animal footprints that appear on the ground, constantly reminding them of the dangers here. Shelters and flames should be arranged earlier. The temperature is close to 40 degrees now. It was extremely hot as soon as I left the shady place. The body is just like having a faucet on. Sweat kept spraying out. Continue like this. Sooner or later, one will faint due to dehydration. We have to speed up to the other side of the river. When they entered the shade again, the whole person felt much more comfortable. Plus, there is water here that can cool down. The tense nerves of the 2 people relaxed a little. Water is definitely not drinkable directly. Light the fire first. Ali is a wilderness survival coach. Making a fire can be said to be the most proficient technique. Plus, the environment here is dry. He felt that it was really enough to have hands. The smoke below grew more and more. I originally thought the ashes were enough. Ali didn't expect to make a mistake. It went out as soon as it was picked up. He could only throw himself back into the fire again. So, a firearm is still better. I admit that Ali rubbed his hands very quickly, but there was still a bit of awareness before making a fire. Daisy's mind is full of thoughts now. Why not bring a firearm? If only I had known, I'd better have brought it myself. Ali is gambling his career now. Keep rubbing your hands to make a fire. The problem is that the hands are all rubbed and bled. Still, a suitable ash couldn't be obtained. Daisy thought that Ollie was just too confident. But anyone who is modest should carry a firearm. Ollie was in a very bad mood. He knows very well what it means to fail to make a fire. One needs to find a place to calm down. I regret coming here with this hand. It was a complete loss of face in front of the camera. After a short rest, Ollie is going to try making a fire with a hand drill again. Daisy thinks failure is very normal. There is no need to take it to heart. I'm sure Ali will be able to reignite the fire. These comforting words. Instead, it made Ali feel very uncomfortable because the injury on the hand has affected the work. I don't know if I can still make a fire successfully. There is no fire to boil the water. The body will faint due to dehydration. It feels like the challenge has ended before it even began. The two discussed where to spend the night tonight. Obviously, there was no idea of building shelter. Cover your face directly with a branch. As long as there are no mosquito bites, everything will be fine. So, the body doesn't matter. I'm really afraid that they might get bitten by mosquitoes and have problems. Daisy even specially dug a pit for her partner to lie down on. The main feature is to do as one pleases. Anyway, I slept very peacefully. Animals become extremely active after nightfall. Scared, Ali got up on the spot. He doesn't know what animal is coming. Anyway, I'm so nervous that I can't sleep. Plus, there are more and more mosquitoes. They could only escape from here, away from the shore. If the fire could be lit, at least there's no need to be so embarrassed. I was bored and chatting there in the evening. After Daisy knew that Ali's daughter was not here, it was very uncomfortable about this. As a mother, I know how devastated it is to encounter this. Now the two of them are in a state of utter emotional breakdown. I feel as helpless as when my daughter was facing cancer. Daisy really didn't know how to comfort her. We can only let Ali vent a little. The beginning is a hellish difficulty. It was really hard to hold on until the next day. The situation last night was quite bad, but the challenges still have to continue. Hope we can pick himself up again. Let's work together to light the fire. If there is no water replenishment today, my body probably can't take it anymore. Ali constantly encouraged and cheered himself up. I don't want to just fall in a challenge like this. As a wilderness survival coach, if one can't even light a fire, that's really unreasonable. The program team is also keeping an eye on them. If it is not drunk within 48 hours, then intervention will be necessary. Ollie and Daisy took turns using hand drills to make fire, under the efforts of two people. Indeed, some ashes are slowly emerging. While it still has a little heat here, hurry up and put this on Horo. Just wait for a moment next. It soon flared up under Lee's blowing. It's really not easy. If he were given another chance to participate, make sure to use a firearm next time. But as long as the environment is slightly worse, it was extremely difficult to make a fire with a hand drill. Anyway, there could be a fire to boil water to drink. Daisy was quite happy. At least one won't faint due to dehydration. My mood now is simply wonderful. Now that the problem of water has been solved, that food also needs to be arranged. Ollie is going to set up a fence to trap the fish. It will be fished out with a small fish net then. The idea is quite good. I just don't know if those fish will come in. The challenge has reached the 4th day. Ollie, check if there are any fish that have mistakenly entered inside. Gather all the branches together and throw them onto the shore. He felt that something was running around. It's true that some fish were caught. The question is too small in size, isn't it? Even if it is used as bait, it will be despised. Ali, however, thought there was no problem. Big fish are sure to be caught later. It's important to replenish some energy first. Daisy was almost amused by the fish. The child can't even have enough to eat. Now it still has to be shared between two adults. Is it necessary to waste firewood for cooking? It feels like it's all over if each person takes a bite. Ali still insisted on making a pot of fish soup. In this way, the two of them can supplement a lot of nutrients. In order to speed up the cooking, add a lot of firewood and make it burn vigorously. Daisy was lying beside, resting and waiting to have a drink, while Ali was boiling water. Collect more wood and stockpile it. This idea is not wrong. It's just that the pot has its own ideas. Good grief. Daisy was scalded directly. Even the slightest wound in the wild is afraid of getting infected, not to mention more serious burns. The doctor rushed over immediately to offer help. Ali didn't expect such an accident to occur. Everyone thinks it's his problem. Or shouldn't Daisy rest there? The on-site environment is not suitable for handling. The doctor led her over to the tent. It could be seen that this side is all red. Ollie felt that this challenge of his was a complete failure. Nothing done, although Daisy has taken it to deal with it immediately. But the situation is not very optimistic. The body has been trembling constantly. When cleaning the wound, I cried out in pain. A conservative estimate suggests reaching the degree of third-degree burns. Daisy could go into shock at any moment. Once the skin gets infected, it can be claimed by insurance. Ollie is feeling very bad now. He ruined Daisy's challenge. One shouldn't have left the camp to collect firewood. If Daisy loses her life because of this, one can never forgive oneself in a lifetime. Daisy's mood has eased after being rescued. The doctor suggested going to the hospital to treat the wound. If you stay, the risk of infection is very high. No one can guarantee Daisy's life safety. The advantages and disadvantages are stated very clearly. Daisy still wants to keep working hard. She doesn't want to go home in failure like this. Even if it could last for just one more day. It would be such a pity to give up just like this. Daisy is really desperately trying for the challenge. Ali saw that his partner could come back. The mood was extremely excited. Finally, there's a chance for him to make up for it properly. Nearby animals won't be kind to people when they are injured. I will still come for a stroll at night. The two of them were completely too scared to sleep. Daisy was worried that she had come because of the smell of the flesh on her bottom. The wolves should be on the other side of the river. It's not like crossing the river to come here. My mood finally felt a little more relaxed. The challenge has reached the 5th day. It's completely impossible to fall asleep at night. Only take a short rest during the day. Ali doesn't think it's safe here. If I come here by detour one day, they can't deal with them with just a machete. Hope we'll never run into each other. It would be great if a big fish could be caught now. Daisy's injury requires food supplementation. Otherwise, the resistance will keep declining. It surely won't last until the end day by then. Of course, Ali knew that this couldn't go on, but it's really not easy to fill one's stomach. Daisy can offer little help. All the pressure is placed on Ali. He could only hope that some fish over there had gone astray. Daisy followed along to have a look too. If Ali misses something, he can still give a reminder. I originally thought it would be great if I could catch a small fish. I never expected there to be a pleasant surprise here. The fish is quite big in size. The problem has been lying there for an unknown period of time. Ali can only judge based on his own experience. It's hard to tell if the fish has bad breath just by smelling it in its mouth. First, cut it open to see what's going on inside. Years of experience eating fish told him, if you cook a little more, you shouldn't have diarrhea. The reason why fish can be caught, it might be the effect of some kind of toxin in the branches. Catch the fish as soon as their gills open. Theoretically, it should be fine to eat it. Ali also stewed the fish for a long time. Only then did I feel at ease to put it in my mouth to taste. The long-lost aroma of meat is really nice. Even if you feel uncomfortable in your stomach after eating this. Daisy has to eat first, too. Of course, she didn't forget the burns. Always make sure the wound is clean. It cannot be defiled by sand and ashes. It said so, but the environment is too bad. No matter how hard Daisy tried, she couldn't avoid it. I just don't know if I can hold on before the end. The challenge has reached the 7th day. Daisy has experience as a caregiver. Know that moss can clean wounds. Chew in your mouth and then put on top. The burn has begun to peel off. It's itchy and painful now. I really want to find a tree to rub against. The condition of the wound is getting worse and worse. Only a doctor can be called to handle it. The director didn't expect it to be so critical. Daisy didn't get up when they arrived at the camp. It's so cold that one can only keep warm with a space blanket. The wound is 100% infected. It must be sent to the hospital for treatment. This is beyond the range that Daisy can bear. If it continues to spread, the entire leg will be ruined. The doctor also tried to clean it thoroughly. The environment here is really too bad. Even if the wound is cleaned thoroughly, the infection will still spread. Plus, there's not enough sleep and food. Resistance will become weaker and weaker. Daisy had no choice but to quit the challenge and go to the hospital. The mood was quite bad. She didn't blame Ali. "I just think I'm unlucky. Hope my partner can successfully overcome the challenge." After Daisy hugged and said goodbye to Ollie, he was sent to the hospital for treatment by the program team. Next, Ali has to face the challenge alone. Thinking of my partner's departure, then one will think of one's own daughter. At that time, she was not feeling well and thought it was a minor problem. When the doctor told himself it was cancer, it feels like the sky is falling. Now my mood is getting lower and lower. I really want to go back and see the children's photos. The challenge has reached the 9th day. Ollie has been trying hard to control his emotions. He is eager to complete this challenge. One should cast aside distractions and throw oneself into the challenges. Most of the time, I lay in the camp. Try to minimize the consumption of the body. Even like this, it won't last until the end, will it? Ali told everyone with facts. As long as one can go hungry when young, then there will be endless hunger. It's definitely not feasible to insist on persisting by willpower. Ollie is so hungry now that he feels dizzy. Usually, we can only chat with the photographer. This situation persisted until the 17th day. The body is already quite weak, even if he can hold on until the last day. It is also impossible to reach the evacuation point. The stomach is full of water now. Ali hasn't gone to the toilet for several days either. I'm afraid that after having sex, the person will be gone. Emotions are breaking down day by day. I especially miss the days when my partner was around. I have no idea how she is doing. Hope to bless them all to have a smooth life. Endure day by day. This means it's the 20th day. I'm really curious how Ali managed to survive. He and his wife have considered having another child, but I'm afraid that the same situation as my daughter will occur again. I have been unable to get out of the difficult situation. This time I'm taking part in the Wilderness Survival Challenge. One's own emotions are being released. At the same time, I also thought about a lot of things. He is going to have a good communication with his wife tomorrow. The days ahead are still long. One should keep looking forward. And so we endured until the day of evacuation. Ali is still in a quite good mood. Burn the things clean with a fire. He wants to leave all the bad things in the fire. Next, face life with a calm state of mind. There is still some distance to the evacuation point. There are quite a few traces of wild boars on the road. He doesn't think he will be so lucky. I found a position that looked okay and entered the jungle. There is no sunlight shining in inside. We got goosebumps from a cold, although the body is already very weak. But he just can hold on. Walk out slowly at your own pace. It will stop to warm up when seeing the sunlight. He knows very well what will happen if he has a low body temperature. After continuous adjustments, Ali continued to throw himself into the evacuation. It can be said that it was truly sustained by willpower. Finally, one still has to enter the water and swim across. If it were an ordinary person, they would have been unable to bear it long ago. I wonder where he burst out his energy. We waited until the evacuation ship arrived. I would call him the player who can starve the most in history, if not seen with one's own eyes. Probably no one expected that Ali could complete the challenge. I have no idea who else will take on the challenge next. Let's wait and see together.